Oh, yeah, we are live. Oh my god, with those headphones, I can hear myself in almost in echo. So, in case you're new here, and this is the first time you are on our Sunday night diner event, I'm gonna explain you what's going on. Basically, it's just once a week we get together and we talk about stuff. That's it. So, yeah, nothing fancy, nothing much. We can just talk about things, we can discuss things, we can even maybe watch something on YouTube or whatever. Not obviously not something copyrighted. I'm still live streaming on YouTube. So yeah, mostly of course we discuss from, because this is what unites us all here. This is the the main topic, of course. And yeah, so how was your week? Let me dive into the chat and see what's going on here. I have here Art Gaming 5933. Yo, love your breakdowns, bro. Thank you so much. I'm working on my From trailer breakdown. I did one in Russian already because I have two YouTube channels. I have one in Russian language and one in English. The first one I wanted to do in Russian. I don't know. It's like I don't have any reason anymore. Like I sometimes I do. I almost always do two versions of video, and sometimes I do first in English. Sometimes I do first in Russian. It's been a while since I winked without a script on a video and just building something in my head and then going and starting to just talk on a camera and then edit something later in the video in Premiere. So kind of felt probably more comfortable doing this in Russian. So I have already done one, released one in Russian. And the good news is the English one is going to be better. Usually the second one is better because when I do something, the first one, the second one, I start to come to some conclusions and I start to find some new things and I maybe see some ideas and I see, oh, okay, that's a great idea. I should add that too. And like, for example, while I was editing my Russian video today, I kind of noticed that when the car drives into the postal office in the trailer, I can actually see that Boyd is grabbing someone and trying to save them from the car crash. So I need to spend more time trying to understand who that is, like who is Boyd is trying to save. Maybe it will help me to put that moment on the timeline. Oh, I'm too early. The diner isn't open yet. I want eggs and home fries. Ga. Doc Kaiju. Well, you are more than welcome to come for eggs and home fries. Sounds good, actually. Now, I just been talking to my... I call her wife. We're not really married, but we're already like husband and wife. Not, it doesn't really matter. And I was telling her like for the past couple of days, I'm putting Evan to sleep, and then after he's asleep, Evan is my son. After he's asleep, I'm like, she goes to do whatever she wants. Like she goes to the shower, she goes to the bath, she wants to talk to somebody, she goes out, maybe just breathe some air. And when she comes back, this is my munchies time. So I go to the kitchen, quiet, I can eat in peace. Nobody is grabbing my leg and screaming at me. So I'm tired to start cooking something and it's middle of the night. I'm not gonna like cook some pasta or something like this. So I just boil a cup of eggs. I slice some vegetables, and vegetables in Georgia are perfect. So fresh, the cucumbers, they're like rock hard. Everything is so freaking tasty here. I just put some salt over it, make myself a cup of tea, put another rerun of Supernatural for the 100 millionth time. I'm rewatching right now season 1, one of my favorites. And yeah, I'm like, this is like my most fun right now during the day. I'm waiting for the midnight munches. Okay, so hi Vic, hi everybody, have Purple Dark Lighter, hi to you too. Jane watched your interview with Doug yesterday and really enjoyed it, subscribed. Doug, you mean Douglas, of course, the man in yellow. He is awesome. He is so cool. Like you can write him on Instagram and he will probably answer. Doesn't have any star fever or whatever. He's like so down to earth. Such a cool guy. Such an amazing guy. You can have a conversation with him. Like there was a time in my life I used to travel. I used to make some money. Hey, Geek and Cool Editor, thank you so much for coming. I'm always happy to see you here. You are one of the most active people in Fromily. Always nice to see you here. So what I was telling, there was a time like in my life, I was about 25, 26, 27, 28, those years. I had like an advertising business and I was doing some pretty good money. So, and I spent this money on my geekiness. And I used to travel a lot to Germany. There's like a Bonn and mostly in Bonn, sometimes in Cologne, they doing some kind of like HobbitCon events or ReanCon events. It's about mostly about fantasy, like Lord of the Rings, Hobbit, and I used to buy always the VIP ticket, you know, the entrance to everywhere, the ability to hang out with the actors, even, you know, in the VIP zone, whatever. So I got to talk and hang out with some actors, not very famous ones, but the actors that played the dwarves in The Hobbit. Actually, talked to the guy who played Spartacus, a very cool guy. Forgot his name, Liam McIntyre, I think. Yes, Liam McIntyre, I think. And I actually, like, one of the stories that I'm probably gonna tell Evan when he's gonna grow up, the guy who played Haldir in Lord of the Rings, Craig Parker, we killed a bottle of wine together. Now, he probably even doesn't remember that because he probably have a lot of interactions like that with fans. But for me, obviously, it's a highlight. But what I'm about to what I wanted to say is basically, most actors who are, well, with all due respect to Douglas, he's not Tom Cruise level star, right? Obviously, he is playing not the main character in not the most popular TV show. But still, there are actors who achieved way less and they like, they pretend they're already whatever, you know exactly what I mean. And what I was saying is that almost every actor that I talk to, they're pretty cool. They're very polite. They will give you the time of day. They will like give you conversation. They're not gonna be rude to you unless they're like superstar. But I never met one, so I have no idea. But they also, of course, obviously they know where to put the border, which is understandable. Obviously, if they're not gonna put it, everybody's gonna be there. And with Douglas, it does feel like every time, like from the first conversation with him, I felt like I can, age difference, country difference, culture difference, whatever it is, it's not there. Like I feel like I know this man. Like I can go to Canada or wherever he lives and wherever he is right now, and we can just go for a beer and probably spend a couple of hours talking about something. And he's not gonna be like, oh, you know, one of the fans from LA, I'm gonna spend some time with him because that's what you do. No, he probably gonna enjoy too, like having a conversation with somebody. That's it. Like, bottom line, Douglas is an awesome person. So that's what I wanted to say. But as usual, I'm trying to say it with as much words as possible. So, hello, hope everyone is doing well. Hello, Lorian Gelly Diaz. I don't know how to pronounce it correctly, but hello to you too. I really hope everyone is doing well too. Usually when I'm starting live streaming, I start to sneeze or there's a cough, like I have an allergy for live streaming. I don't know what it is, but like we're not gonna be able to stay in Georgia for probably more than a year. Like we're on a tourist visa here, so we're waiting also to become more tourists. Like as soon as it's going to be warmer here, we're going to start exploring this amazing and beautiful country. Right now it's a bit cold for me and for my wife. I grew up in Israel. The most cold I experience is plus 13 Celsius or something like this. So for me, -2, -4, I'm like, what the hell is going on? How do you survive this unhuman condition? But what I was about to say is like, we are talking like, I wish we would be able to stay here because this thing, I keep advertising this. And it's not in hopes that somebody who creates this iced tea is gonna see this. It's just, it's so freaking Good. I love iced tea. I always drink like a Fuse tea, whatever. Now I cannot touch this shit because compared to that, that's donkey piece. This is the drink of gods. So yeah, visit Georgia, eat some good food, and drink this tea. You will not regret it. Oh, it's Igor Geekademt. He's getting paid to advertise iced tea, of course, for 24 viewers live streaming. Now, I'm not being disrespectful to number 24. For me, it's awesome, but for advertisers, believe me, it's not a very significant number. So yeah, okay, let's go back to the live chat. Probably we're gonna see some questions or ideas about From. So yeah, Fromaholic Fletch shared photos where you see Donna's sister and one of the monsters, forgot her name, caught monsters. They look very alike, and I believe Fromaholic Fletch it's the same person. I don't think so. I'm not 100% sure what you're referring to, but I think I've seen something like this, and they kind of similar looking. But the same way, I thought that the dead guy in the caves in the trailer is actually Jim, and everybody told me like, "You're freaking retard." This is not Jim. This is not even remotely him. So it will mean that Donna is so the mole in the town. She's like completely undercover here, and I don't think this is the case. I think she would be able to recognize her sister if she would become one of the monsters. Okay, Ankui Dieter sent 1 Geekademt gift membership. Thank you so much. Thank you, Ankui Dieter. You're like biggest sponsor of my live streams. You're always donating something or sending membership. I appreciate it a lot. Of course, I keep telling this a lot of times. Even though you do YouTube not for the money, money is the factor. Like at some point it becomes more and more factor, of course, but you don't go to YouTube because you're chasing money. But when you do YouTube, it's so fast for everybody I ever talk to that you start to dream and hope that one day this will become your source of income, even secondary or whatever. And one of the things that YouTube does, like it's a both advantage and disadvantage of YouTube. Like I'm doing some mentoring in Russian for YouTube creators, for people in the beginning, and I think everybody who starts needs to know the disadvantages and advantages of YouTube. The advantages are obvious, like you can make if your video is like 1 million views or 2 million views, you can make like 10K per video, which is an insane amount of money. Obviously, for one video, like I'm doing video editing as my job, and the most I got paid for one video is $300. So think about it, you make a video for like 15-20 minutes and it goes to 1 million, 2 million views. This is around 10K, okay? Which is incredible. You don't have a boss. Google will never tell you a story that they don't have enough money to pay you in the end of the month. So you will get your money always in time from Google, because Google owns YouTube, whatever. And there are a lot of advantages. But one of the biggest disadvantages is that when you start your job or when you start a business, as soon as the first client arrives in a business, you start making money. Income. Whether it's profit or not, it's debatable, of course, but there will be an income. If you go to your job, the first day you start making money, it goes to your paycheck. If you start doing YouTube, you need to go through this process of getting 1,000 subscribers and getting 4,000 hours of watched time. Until you get to this point, you're not going to be able to monetize. You're not going to get zero, nothing from your views. And when you get to this point, for a long time, probably unless you're like 1 in a million and you blow up immediately, you're probably gonna make like $100 a month if you are like doing a lot of videos, because most of the times you're not a professional creator, you don't have a professional video editor with you, you don't have professional camera and everything else, and you're also probably not very verse and adaptive to being completely yourself on the camera. A lot of people start to be aware of their hands and everything else. So what I'm saying is that this process is basically also a sort of a filter, and only people that come with a lot of passion for what they do will be able to withhold that storm, this whole journey. Like, if you really love what you do, like I wouldn't be able to do this if I didn't really love TV shows and mysteries and digging them. Like I started in Russian 6 years ago, and it took me a year and 3 months to get monetized. And then it was about 3 or 4 years that I was making about $120 a month on YouTube. So think about it, 4 years without making virtually no money on this. You're not going to be able to do this unless you really, really love what you're doing. So I think this is what's cool, what's really cool about YouTube. So yeah, I'll share the photos in Discord. Okay, let's check them out. Did you send them? Let me see. Okay, Geekademt updates from discussion. Yeah, I know exactly about what photos you're talking about. Let me just share it with the whole class. Okay, let's make me small like this. Okay, let's hope everybody will be able to see this. So this is the photos. Similar, but definitely not the same actress. Is it sharing or not sharing? My live stream, like I'm checking YouTube right now. Yeah, it's sharing good. So yeah, I know exactly what you're talking about. This is not new. I've seen this, I think, years ago already. And like, they are similarly looking, but those are different actresses. So it's not the same person. I don't remember who, but I definitely read that somebody said like her name and the other woman name. So it's not the same person. So once again, if it was the same person, it would be a very damning evidence that Donna is hiding something, because she obviously seen one of the Frombies here. This one is one of pretty important ones. Yeah. So cool though, cool for sharing. Thank you so much. If anybody wants to go join our Discord, send me some image that you want to discuss, whether it's from, probably it's from, or something else. Go to our discussion, send some images, and I will open it on the screen and we'll discuss it together. Like, once again, this is the point of this hanging out. I know I'm the only one who's talking and everybody else is using their fingers. I know, but I will learn, by the way. I know my colleagues are doing this. They are allowing other people to join in on the conversation. I'm learning slowly, really slowly, what is going on live stream. I will learn how to do this too. But right now, the whole point of this hanging out is to hang out. It's not me talking about myself and how awesome I am or how not awesome I am, whatever you want to feel about this. It's really hanging out with you. Like, I want to hear your thoughts. I want to read your comments. I want to have a conversation with you. I don't come with a prepared topic. Like, I wouldn't come, some people would be like, I wouldn't invite guests to my house and then like prepare like a routine for them. Oh, we're going to play some charades and then we're going to watch a movie. Like, unless it's something weird, I don't know. But most of the time, if I have friends over at my place, it's like, what's up? Okay, so what you want to do? You want to watch something? You want to order some food? You want to go out for a walk? Let's do whatever you want. So we cannot go for a walk and we can order food, but not for everybody. So let's just talk. Let's have a good conversation. Maybe, as I told you, by the way, if somebody wants to tell me like, Igor, let's watch this video on YouTube. I want to know what you think about this. I want to know your input. You're more than welcome. Send me a link. We'll watch it together. Hello, hello, Geekademt, fellow viewer here. From is my favorite show. So much fun going through theories. I think they're in a book, but who is writing or reading? I don't know. I don't think they are in a book per se. I think they are in a story that came to life. I don't actually even think that. They pretty much said it already in season 3 that it all started with Ankui children when they were sacrificed by the people they loved, but the people they were supposedly trusted. But someone who loved them told them a story, and this story gave them hope, and they poured this hope into the roots of the tree, and this is created the faraway tree, and this is how this place created. So it all started with Ankui children, and somebody told them a story. So I have like a huge, almost 1.5 hour video about this. If you didn't check it out, you should check it out. This is my magnum opus. This is the most difficult video I ever made, but it's also the I'm most proud of. So I have some theories and ideas that I'm not ready to sign with my blood on it, and probably they're not really true, but the whole purpose of this video was not just to give you theories or give you ideas or maybe try to predict something, which is never my goal, but more of a, I know it depends on from, but the goal was to create a video that's entertaining on itself. Like, you need to know from to understand this video. But I try to make a video that's not leaning on you needing from. Like when you are like, oh my God, I'm such a big fan of From, and I'm gonna watch whatever it is about the video. So I wanted to make the best possible video I can, story-wise and editing-wise. And I will be able to do even better. Because, you know, you live and you learn, but right now I think it's the best video I ever done in YouTube. Okay, where is the interview with Doug? I don't see it on YouTube channel. Well, it was a while ago. Let me see. Let's go here. This is my Russian video running here. So let's say Geekademt, Man in Yellow. Yep, this is the interview. It was 1 year ago. Yeah, it was right after the end of season 3. I think about like, I don't remember how much, but let me just throw it to my Discord here. Economy updates. This is the interview. So if you want to watch it, you should go and subscribe to my Discord. Actually, please subscribe to Discord if you're interested in From, because it's pretty important for YouTube also, because like one of the things that works very well with my Russian videos, as you can see in my Russian group, I have 4,558 subscribers. So when I release a video, like I have an immediate spike of viewership. So let's say right now, my video is in 1 hour and 23 minutes, already 3,000 views, which is very good, obviously. And then YouTube is like, hey, we have a good video. We should probably offer and range this video to more audience. This starting boost is very important. So I know that English-speaking users, Americans, Europeans, anybody who watches me from anywhere, most of the times they don't use Telegram. It's not really that popular there. Everybody's on Discord. So when there's enough people on Discord, let's say 100, 200, 300 people, and when I release a video, right away there are 100, 200 people that go to watch it, this is a very good boost for the channel. So it helps a lot. Okay, so let's get back to our chat. Okay, where's the interview? I showed you. Just go, if you don't want to, but of course, if you don't want to join Discord, don't join Discord. You can just, like I did, put in search Geekademt, Man in Yellow, and find the video. There are crowds and symbols hidden everywhere, and you have to look closely. Blood drops in the shape of birds and stories on the walls, etc. Well, yeah, that's what I've been doing for almost 2.5, 3 years already, looking very closely. Now, what do you think about ravens and crows? Now, there is something I've been, like, while I was doing the last video, I was thinking about the crows. Like, what do you think in chat? Are they actually the good guys or the bad guys? Like, are they on the side of the good guys or the bad guys? Like, I have theories. but I'm not convinced. First of all, the crows in Miranda's drawings and in the drawing on Elgin t-shirt, they are with the yellow background, and yellow background symbolizes the evil, like the monsters are with yellow background in Miranda's drawings, and there is the bile, of course, when Smiley is being killed. So it kind of symbolizes that they're bad, and they appear when you're fucked. And when you're going to Fromville, you see the trees, you see the tree, and you see the crows or the ravens, whatever they are. So, but then again, the moment when Fatima and Tilly are doing tarot card readings, there is a crow that breaks the window, which is by the way something that Victor drew. How did he know that this is gonna happen? If according to him, he's only drawing what he sees. And yeah, so what I was about to say is basically that self-sacrifice is not something usually the bad guys do. And another thing, in the caves, you remember a raven was eaten by a rat. In season 2, in the beginning, when Tabitha and Victor were going through the caves. I just get tired of those headphones, sorry. And so once again, like the caves, they are the house of the monsters, and ravens are being eaten there, so they're not really allies. It doesn't put the crows or the ravens on the side of the good people, maybe just on the side of the boy in white, or maybe something else, but it kind of gave me an idea. What if they are not there to, I don't know, to symbolize anything, but to actually warn? Maybe when they are coming to the tree, they're trying to warn you that you're about to get fucked. Maybe when they were trying to stop Tilly with tarot card readings, it's because she was about to discover something that she's not supposed to know. Maybe when they, in the trailer, when they arrive to the town during the funeral, maybe they're trying to warn everybody else that, you know, something is wrong with the bodies, that something is gonna happen. Maybe they're trying to warn them that one of them is actually not who they think they are, because we've seen in the trailer that the man in yellow is changing his form, and he's changing his form to what it looks like, a blonde woman, okay, or a blonde guy with long hair. So maybe they're actually not on the side of the bed. So let me know what do you think about this? Like, do you think they're with the bad guys or with the good guys, whoever they are? You're good. Most people struggle. It's pronounced Lorian-Yuli. Oh shit. I'm pretty sure I still pronounced it incorrectly. Lorian-Yuli. Lorian-Yuli. Okay. I hope I'm close. Who looks like eyes on the wall on the staircase in the colony house. I actually noticed this too. I think in one of my videos I talked about this. It's like, I think I talked about this in Russian. In Russian there is a saying, it's called SPGS, which is like a short for syndrome поиска глубинного смысла. In translation, it's like a syndrome of looking of the deep meaning, like where there is none. So what it means is like, I think I told the story already many times, like some director, he was asked, like, in your movie, when we see like people are carrying a cart and it's empty through the village, and it's like, whoa, it's obviously symbolizes the loss they have, and this is why the cart is empty. And he's like, yeah, I just needed a scene to get to enough time, like the movie was short, so I needed a scene, so I added this scene. There is no symbolizing anything. So sometimes we're probably looking for something that's not there. I know it kind of looks like ice. I even looked at it myself. But like in the trailer, look, this is what level of crazy I'm going through. So let me just open the trailer. For fuck's sake, audio, audition. Okay, so this is the trailer, And in the trailer, you have this moment with Julie. And let me go here. Yeah, and not here. Somewhere close to the end, I think. Yeah, this moment. Look at the wifey thingy here. Doesn't it look like some kind of a figure with two eyes, look too black, like a nose, like a Pinocchio nose, and a smile? Well, obviously it's just a tree, but I'm seeing things everywhere already. Like with From, it's like, oh my god, it's too much. It's too much. Yeah, so I appreciate what you're saying, but I don't think it's something. I think it's just already us being so into this show, so deep into the details that we start to notice everything. Hello Igor, just popping in to show support to the family. Hello Robert Sanders, I appreciate you always coming just to say hello and that you come in to show support. It's actually nice. It's like, I know that it means that if you cannot stay, it means it's important for you enough to just stop doing whatever you're doing, which is important obviously, and come here for 5 seconds and just say that it's nice. I do this too for some people that are my friends actually. So I'm like, if I cannot even just attend their live, I'm just popping in, just hey, good luck, have a good stream, have fun, because live streaming is not super easy. I don't want to sound like one of those, oh my god, you have no idea what I'm going through. It's not working in the, I don't know, in mines, obviously. And it's not working in office even, but still it's also sort of a job. So it's nice when somebody supports you. Just let me gather my hair. I have some Jesus-y stuff here. It's like, I know Jesus was a Jew, but still, I'm not looking for the same fashion. Okay, thank you for waiting. From the first video I watched, I knew you love this and subscribe. From the first video, well, I love the process. Honestly, sometimes From can be annoying, like especially when those episodes we need to talk. Like in the trailer, Boyd is going to the and he's telling to everybody in the post office like, there's been so much time and we still don't have any answers and we still don't know the rules. And I'm like, duh, I mean, you are not talking to each other. Dude, you saw some creepy old dude named Martin who knew about Abby killing everybody, who gave you freaking worms, that suddenly you just, you light the fire and you're there, and then there's no fire and you're not there, which is a pretty mystical place, and you were stuck in some kind of a well or whatever it was, and then when you came back, you were like, nothing happened. Nothing happened. I was just walking through the forest. I'm not gonna tell anybody about anything. So how are you actually planning to know anything if you're not talking to each other? Or then they have like an episode of like, we need to talk. No, we need to talk. And then they talk about some stupid shit like, oh, it's a sad place. It's a very sad place. Or Victor is like that. No, I'm not gonna talk to you. I'm not gonna talk to you. Dude, you know everything about this place. Please talk to people. So I actually love the process, and I love the fandom more than the show. I love the show, don't get me wrong, but it's not my favorite one, not even close. Like I'm gonna miss the hell out of it when it's gonna be over, mostly because of this. Like, I am a huge geek, if you didn't understand this from the name of the channel. Which is like Lord of the Rings, Brandon Sanderson, Joe Abercrombie, The Wheel of Time, Gary Garrison, the sci-fi books, video games, World of Warcraft, not World of Warcraft, Warcraft 3 more, Diablo, played all of them, video gaming in general, books, movies, so many different topics that I can dive into and like just disappear there. So I know a lot of fandoms. That's what I'm about to say. And I can confidently say that the most active fandom ever that I am aware of, maybe losing to Star Wars a little bit, is From. Star Wars are pretty crazy, but it's like it's not been a good decade for Star Wars lately, so it's mostly people just being upset about everything, which justifiably so. Most of the shit that Disney is releasing is shit, is actually horrible. But still, it's not like, From at least enjoying what's happening, even though we'd also complain that they give us one answer and with every answer they give us 10 new questions. But still, like, this level of being active and looking and searching, probably it's because of the whole mystery box, because we really need to know. I got to know, like, I need to know the answer. We all need to know what is going on there. The way they did this is on par with Lost, like, and hopefully they will deliver an ending that will be not as dividing the fandom as with Lost. Hello, girl. So for the first video, hi Geek. I appreciate how honest you about being a YouTuber. I'm sure it's not easy, but we appreciate your work. Well, it's as I said to you, there are advantages and disadvantages. So think about this. Like, if I'm getting a video on my main job, which is freelancing, and the biggest advantage is that I know exactly how much I'm about to earn, even before I started to work. So talking money wise, obviously. So they give me, okay, this is a project, and we have a budget of, well, let's say, I don't know, $50, $100, $200, whatever it is. So I know, okay, this is the video. I know I'm going to be able to make it in 2, 3 hours, 4 hours, whatever, a day, doesn't really matter. And this is the amount of money I'm going to make. I finish this, I get the job done, the client approves, I get the money next month for this month. This is an advantage. Compared to YouTube, I can spend sometimes months on a video. I can put a lot of effort on them, but it doesn't really, nobody gives a shit about my effort or whether the video is ready or done or good. If it's interesting and YouTube algorithms are favoring it, then it's gonna get some views. But sometimes it can happen, it's not. Sometimes you can spend so much time on your soul and everything, and it's gonna get to 100 views, and you would want to shoot yourself. Like, I have, I think, a very good video on the movie Thunderbolts, the Marvel movie. And it's actually more of a psychology video. It's a psychological video, and it basically talks about how what kind of, like, self-regulating mechanisms that work with trauma we have, like the firefighter, etc., blah, 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 blah. So I think it's a very good, informative video, but it's not really interesting to my audience, and it's not really interesting to YouTube audience, so it got stuck on, I think, like 400, 500 views. It's really crushing. Like, this is the moments you're like, oh my god, somebody please kill me, somebody please kill me. So this is a disadvantage of YouTube. The advantage of YouTube is other way around. If it works in your favor, sometimes you can make a video and it will blow up and you will get a lot of views and you will make a very nice amount of money on it. And the most beautiful thing is that while it's relevant, I think this is one of the biggest, if not the biggest advantage of YouTube, money-wise, is while your video is interesting and while it's running, you are making money. Which is, like, after a couple of months, can be just, $10, $15 a month from a video, but still, it's just something you made. Like, I have a video from Explained that I made in the end of season 3, I think, like right after, which was more than a year ago. It's still getting views because it's almost 200,000 views. So obviously YouTube is offering this video to people. And probably it will get even more views as soon as season 4 is going to be released. And it's amazing. I mean, there is nothing else to say. Like, this is a video that I made more than a year ago and still produces a small amount of money for me every month. So this is incredible for YouTube. But once again, it's a risk. It's a risk, and you have two sides of one coin. So yeah, why wouldn't I share? Why wouldn't be honest about my experience as a YouTube? I think I also said this many times. One of the things that I really love about YouTube, that it's being honest here pays off. Okay, I used to be a salesman like when I was younger, and as a salesman, like you are being taught to obviously provide a product that is best for the client, but you're also being paid by bonuses. Most of your money comes from bonuses. So your job is to sell as much as possible. Okay, so it's not always goes hand in hand in this kind of business to be honest with people. And in YouTube, being honest is actually benefits you. Okay, when you lie, you are basically digging your own grave, because as soon as people will catch you on the line, you're dead. Your channel is dead. And as soon as, if you are like completely honest with people, especially this is YouTube, this is not television, I don't have any makeup on me, there is nobody who's standing right in front of me with a teleprompter tell me what to say and what I cannot say, there are not 10 lawyers behind me. So when you're honest here, people are coming here for honesty, I think. And if you say something that will make somebody angry, or maybe somebody will not like you for that, and you're always afraid to say this also, it's going to be very difficult for you in YouTube if you're always filtering yourself. People are looking for honesty, people are looking for somebody authentic, and if you do this, you will benefit in YouTube. And I think this is also one of the biggest advantages of this endeavor. Okay. Interesting story. I think if they recognize monsters from people they knew, it's something they would talk about by now. Exactly. That's exactly what I was saying about Donna. If she would recognize her sister, she would talk. If she's not talking, it means like she's one of the bad guys. And I don't think already this is the case. So glad I didn't start long ago. Okay. Oh shit. Jet is here. Moving faster than I'm answering. Can you send the link to your Discord? Sure. How do I send it? In chat here? Okay, why is it hidden? I should probably go like this. And I'm here, so yeah. Yeah, so this is the link to the Discord, so more than welcome to join. What do you think about my theory or poster on Discord on the 10th that the drawings of the black creature is the real evil entity? If the man in one in yellow is a shapeshifter, then it could be him. Yeah, look, I think you're onto something here. Like, this is definitely something that I can't even say that I was thinking about this, because I think I've seen this a year ago or something like this. The drawing of the black smoke and the black figures coming after the people that are hiding under their bed. One of the original images, the black guy, not the black guy, not you know, you don't want to say it, like with red eyes, like. It's gotta be something. Like if he's shape-shifting, first of all, it can mean that, you know, there is some kind of a different man in yellow, like somebody who was there before that. Or I was actually hoping, you know, like this is something that's called confirmation bias. I think I've talked about this before. Like was the first time I saw the trailer, and especially when he doing this, like this movement, like it's kind of spidery, and I'm looking for a freaking spider already. After season 1, we have so many hints that there are spiders there. Like, it's not even a hint. Like, at some point, Boyd and Sarah, they're just like, there are a lot of webs in the forest, and it's supposed to be a very big spider to do that amount of web. So, and there is a drawing of a big spider by Victor, and once again, he said, I draw things that I see. And he lived there for 40 years. So if there's a giant spider, he probably seen one. And also the caves where monsters live, they also are drawn in a fort of a web, of a spider web. So we gotta see some spiders. So I think maybe, you know, like they are showing us the moment when there's like a spider arrives and then turns into the man in yellow, and then he goes and kills Jim. But looks like it's the other way around. I think he's transformed into a woman with blonde hair, and then he leaves his yellow jacket there, and maybe he turns into Sophia. I don't know. Maybe Sophia is going to be actually the man in yellow. Who knows? You did a great job. I only ever watch your videos when it comes to From. I don't enjoy their videos as much as yours. Of course, like I don't want to like sound like I'm shaming somebody for not watching my videos. I have Pluribus videos, I have Severance videos, I have the Silo videos, and hopefully I will have even more TV shows. Like I'm planning to do the 5th season of For All Mankind, even though season 3 and season 4 were kind of like meh already. This was okay, but season 1 and 2, they were so heroic, so inspiring. Even though it's like an alternative universe, I felt so hyped after watching this TV show. Like I felt that I'm seeing the best of humanity. And now it's like, as usual, Hollywood goes to show us the worst of humanity. And like, I'm a bit tired. I know that people can be shit, but I also want to be inspired sometimes. This is why I watch mostly anime right now. Because anime inspires me, even though it can be, sometimes can be childish, sometimes can be very naive, but I want to be inspired that there's some good in this world and it's worth fighting for, quoting one very famous character. So, yeah, well, still, like when I was watching season 1 and 2, I was like, oh my god, what a loss. Why I didn't cover this show, because there are so many things that I love to talk about. I love physics, I love space. Like I'm a pretty noob at all of those topics. I don't understand them very well because in school I had pretty boring teachers. Apparently, I always thought I'm stupid, but right now I'm with ChatGPT, Google, whatever it is. Like I'm researching so much about for me, it's news. Like when they're saying there's ice on the moon, and I'm like, oh, there's ice on the moon. And I'm like, okay, really? There is ice on the moon? What do you mean you can make fuel from ice? And like, what are you even talking about? And then I researched it. Oh, you can actually make fuel from the ice in space. And since the gravity is 1/6 there, so it doesn't really require that much of fuel to actually travel from the moon. So in theory, the moon can actually be like a gas station for future space exploration. Like, I would be so happy to talk about this TV show, especially in the first 2 seasons, compare this to real history. But unfortunately, I lost my chance. So I'm going to be covering only season 5, and hopefully it's going to be still good and still going to give me something interesting to talk about space. I would love to talk about space. I love space. So yeah, like if you only watched From videos, enjoy From videos. I'm making every video with one goal in mind, for people to enjoy this video. There is nothing more than that. Everything else that comes from it is a bonus. Money is a bonus, likes is good comments, which is like, it's not monetizable, but it's still very nice to read people enjoying you put your heart and soul into something, and then somebody goes and writes you, oh my god, this video is amazing, oh my god, you crushed it. This is amazing. It's awesome. It's like it's one of the greatest feelings in life, I think. And yeah, well, but if you don't like, you're not interested in other videos, don't feel obligated to watch them ever. The crow broke the window when Tilly wanted to read the tarot cards. Bhakta says after that she won't touch the dead bird because it has a bad juju. And then the person who cleaned after it died. Well, yeah, it's a good point for crows being bad. For crows being the source of bad. But I think the reason that Nikki died is because Fatima needed some food. Like this place killed her. We are seeing that this place can do pretty much whatever the fuck they want with you. Like, if think about this, Ethan got his leg pierced with like pretty wide stick there, and then like 2 days later he's already walking like nothing happened. Alice was stabbed, twisted his leg, and now he's like, hey, I'm almost as new. And so and Nikki was pretty good, pretty okay after Marielle treated her, and suddenly she started bleeding. So I don't think it was the crow, I think it was more Fatima needed some blood to drink for the baby. I noticed some people were blue and some were red. I think this represents different family lines. Well, this is interesting theory that I never heard of. A friend of mine, you probably know his channel, For Gays or something like this. I mostly, he's Ukrainian and doesn't speak English. He translates his videos, and then AI voice narrates them. So he does what I do. He does in Russian and he does in English. Gaze for you, yeah. And I know he made a video about yellow and blue, like the sun and the moon, like the day and the night, and the duality of those two concepts, and it's pretty interesting. So I don't know if he did the same one in English, but check it out. I think he did. I think Acosta went crazy again, and she might have kidnapped Marielle with the ambulance, and that's why Kenny and Christy were putting spikes on the road to stop her, and then Boyd was mad at her. Kenny and Christy were not putting spikes on the road. It was Kenny and Marielle. So they cannot. You can see the blonde hair, like Marielle. She has black hair, and then a little bit of blonde, whatever they're called. I have no idea what is the word. And you can see that it's her, and as soon as the ambulance stops, we can see both Christy and Marielle standing there. So none of them were skipped. Maybe the ambulance is somehow connected to the whole Sofia arriving to town, but I'm not sure. This trailer is way more difficult for me to understand chronologically than the previous one, than season 3. Season 3 was like, I think I was nailed it, I think, to 99% accuracy. And this one, there have so many moments that like basically look like the same scene, but it's not the same scene. Like we have Ethan and Julie opening the barn, and they're like, okay, looking at something, and then we have them both screaming with Tabitha because like they see something very horrific there, probably dead body, probably Jim. So like I don't know, they did a good job with this trailer to mess things up, so I have no idea. That's part of the story on the wall. Never noticed that. It's so easy to go crazy with From. My sister and I laugh at how crazy we sound sometimes, but nothing is a coincidence in this show. We notice and take note of everything. There can be coincidences. There can be some red herrings. I think the creators even said that they're putting some red herrings there. But definitely, look, this is part of the fun. I know for me, rewatching every episode for 100th time and trying to notice things, I enjoy this, and I think everybody in Fromily is enjoying this. I was hoping to make a video. I actually did one and I didn't like it, so I didn't release it, about need for cognition. Like this, there is this psychological concept that says there are people that have this need for cognition. Like when you go to the gym and your muscle starts to get stronger, and especially if you're doing some stretches and you become more nimble, after a couple of, I don't know, months or something like this, there will be days when your body will basically, you will feel like your body is begging you to go work out. Like your body needs physical tension right now. It needs to do some push-ups, pull-ups, whatever it is, but it needs to have it right now. So the brain have the similar concept. Like this whole process that we go with From, it's like there are people with higher need for cognition and there are people with lower need for cognition. And people Fromily obviously they have very high need for cognition. Now, don't get me wrong, it's not an indication for your intellect. You can be a very smart person with low need for cognition. You're just very smart, you know things and you can solve problems, but you don't have this need always to seek riddles or always to seek some mysteries that you want to solve. No, we obviously do. And for us, it's a lot of fun to spend, like, this is, I'm not resting, but this is my fun time. Like, I can go in the middle of the night, 1 a.m., like, if you're gonna tell me, let's go analyze some From videos, it's not gonna be, oh my god, it's 1 a.m., I don't have the strength. It's gonna be like, oh yeah, let's do it, it sounds like fun. Pareidola, okay, I'm gonna Google it. I'm screaming at the TV every time because why aren't they having meetings? Why has nobody say, Victor, go sit down and force him to speak? We had the meeting in season 3, but it was an embarrassing meeting, not only because the characters were stupid. I really didn't like the way it was made. It's like, it was just not working logically for me. It like felt like the creators knew if they're actually gonna talk normally, like normal people, they're actually gonna make some very good progress, and it's not the time yet. Season 2 is full of we need to talk episodes. Oh yeah, season 2 is the most boring one. I think season 1 is the best, then it's season 3, and season 2 is there. In my Russian video, I actually made the mashup of we need to talk, maybe I'm gonna be able to find it right now. 1 second, give me a second. Let's see. Okay, I don't know if it's episode 4. Let me see.
Накапливаются из серии в серию, и постоянная опасность неразрушимых, неуничтожаемых монстров находится прямо за твоей дверью. Будьте уверены.
Yeah, that's the one. Let me check if you have sound. Yeah, you're supposed to have sound. I don't know if it's gonna be with the translation. It's probably gonna be in Russian. But still, let me just... It's just one episode 4 of season 2. It's like...
Что главные герои обязательно с кем-нибудь поговорят.
Мне нужно поговорить с папой.
Я хочу поговорить с ней. Я поговорю с Кенни. А ты жди.
The whole поговорить is a talk. This is a mashup of all the scenes from this episode where everybody needs to talk.
Нужно было говорить громче.
Захочешь поговорить?
Надо поговорить.
Поговорим о том, что может быть, а что нет? Тебя это интересует? Можно поговорить о том, что тебя волнует.
Надо обсудить наши дальнейшие шаги.
Попробую сказать как можно более мягко. Я должна тебе кое-что сказать.
Прошу меня извинить, мне нужно поговорить с помощником.
Я хотела поставить на лошадок.
Иго-го, блин.
So basically it's like 20 times everybody needs to talk to somebody. Well, it looks like they got some budget increase for season 4. We have the Scarecrow, CGI, obviously. So hopefully, yeah, looks like from the trailer, it looks like season 4 is gonna be a very active season, hopefully. And John Griffin said that this is the beginning of the end. So right now we need to go straight forward to the ending already, reveal most of the secrets, and move into season 5, which probably gonna be the last one. Severance is top tier TV. Severance is an incredible show. Is one of the... It's one of my top favorite ever. It's amazing. I mean, when people compare the two shows, the From and Severance, and I would say that From fandom is kicking the shit of Severance fandom, even though they overlap a lot, like a lot of the same people. But I would say the Severance fandom is active, but way less active. But the TV shows themselves, like, heads and toes above. Severance is like leagues above From. I mean, we have some good actors in From. We have obviously Harold Perrineau, he's amazing. Victor, the guy who plays Victor, Scott McCourt, I think, he's always making me tear up. Jade is, I think, most people's favorite. Is very, but you cannot still compare this to John Turturro, to Christopher Walken, the freaking legends with the capital L. And the budgets are different, obviously. You can see the production value is way higher in Severance. Story-wise, I guess we're gonna have to see and wait. Because there is a very good movie with Nicolas Cage when he plays Charlie Kaufman. I don't remember the name of the movie. Forgive me right now. I love this movie for one specific moment. He goes there to Robert McGee, the guy who wrote a book Story, and he was actually, proofreading scripts in Hollywood. And he asked him for advice. How do you write a script about a book that nothing happens there? He was hired to write a script about a book with orchids or something like this, about a book with flowers. Like it's with Meryl Streep is there, by the way, also. And Robert McGee tells him, surprise them in the end. The audience will forgive you whatever if you surprise them at the end. If the ending is good, if the ending is perfect, they will forgive you for every little and not even so little mishap on the way. But if you disappoint them in the end, they will never forgive you this. No matter how good your movie was. So if the ending is gonna deliver, we will see which one will deliver eventually. So both of them are mystery box TV shows, both Severance and From. And if you're a mystery box TV show, it means that one of the biggest reasons people are tuning in is because they want to know the answer. So if your answers are going to be compelling, interesting, going to connect the dots and going to create this moment, then yeah, you delivered. So we will see who will do a better job here. Both Severance and From creators give me hope. And hopefully in the end I will say both of them did a great jobs, and I don't give a shit which one is better. You prefer by yourself. So I agree the family. Okay. Whew. Well, I can see that some people are writing greetings from Serbia, greetings from New Mexico. If you are watching and you're feeling like writing where you're watching from, where do you live, it's nice. It's cool to see how many people are watching me from how many countries. Yeah, I can see greetings from Serbia. I love your videos. Actually, before Georgia, me and my wife, we were thinking about moving to Serbia for 3 months to live there. But eventually we decided Georgia, mostly because it's cheaper and because you can stay here for 1 year on a tourist visa. And Serbia, it's only 3 months. But it kind of looks like a cool place. Definitely some place I would love to visit one day. The crow broke the window. I think I read this already. Yeah, we read this already. Yeah. I agree. Fromily is an awesome fandom. I agree about Severance. I told with you about this show. Fromily is the best fandom I'm part of. Greetings, Fromily from New Mexico. I also hope the From ending wouldn't suck. I told you, I think already told myself. I actually had to work on myself. Like, dude, even if it's gonna suck, you still enjoyed the journey. You're not gonna be disappointed and say like, it's like being in a relationship with somebody and then like after 3 or 4 years you break up. And then you're like, oh, it was all in vain, all those 3 years. No, it wasn't, because we had some good times, some bad times, some good times, but it still was worth it. So the same way here, even if our relationship with From are gonna end badly, I'm not gonna be disappointed. I'm gonna look back at the time. I'm gonna look at what it did for my channel. I'm gonna look at how many people I met through this fandom. So yeah, but hopefully still, I really hope, and I'm very, very motivated by the interview that Emmanuel Imen Noizet had with Jack Bender, and Jack Bender is telling him how he was pitched the idea about From, and he's saying that he was talking on the phone with John Griffin, and John Griffin launched into this big monologue of all the history, of all the lore, and that he figured out everything, and it's given me a lot of hope that the answer is not going to be a dog's dream, because a dog's dream, a simulation, it was all just some time travel, whatever. One thing explains everything, and as soon as this happens, it's it's all shit. It's like, why there are dogs with the boy in white? Because it's a dream. Why there are crows that are, you know, next to the tree, and why everybody sees the tree? Because it's a dream. What do you want to do about it? People dreamt this, so fuck you anyway. So hopefully it's gonna be like, yes, so this is how it connected. So this is why I have a tree, and this is why tree has the crows are coming with the tree, and this is why the boy in white is with the dogs, and this is why he's growing now, and this is why the weather was not changing for 40 years, and now it suddenly is winter, and then a couple of days later it's summer again. And this is why Tabitha was able to escape from the lighthouse suddenly to the real world. I want to be able to connect everything. If this is gonna happen, I'm gonna be satisfied. When is Severance coming back? Have no idea, but probably not before 2027. You know how TV shows right now, I told you I'm rewatching Supernatural right now, and it's like, how they were able to do this? For 15 years straight, every year, 24 episodes, what the fuck? Every year, going on a break for a couple of months, coming back with a brand new season, 24 episodes. What is going on? Why right now? And 24 episodes per season, every year. And they're like, oh, we have 8 episodes. It's so difficult. We need 57 years to finish this. Streaming, I enjoy streaming services. I am not one of those guys that's like, it was always better in the old days. I like old days better. I like the fact that I have streaming and I have this amount of, you know, options to watch something, but I still don't understand why streamings are really against the 24 episode. Like, give me 24 episodes. If it's a good TV show, why not? Bring back the TV shows that have meaningless episodes, like Supernatural. They killed the monster. They moved to the next one. Hey, it was fun. So, you know, like, it doesn't have to be all meaningful as shit, and every episode is actually moving the plot forward. But this is just my opinion, I guess. Why do you think From Land has kept only Victor for so long? Well, Victor is obviously have some immunity there. Like, he's going to the caves back and forth like it's his own place, and the monsters are telling him like, one day we're gonna make you stay there. By the way, I have a question for you in the chat. You remember when Victor and Henry are going to the caves, they are seeing like there's like a tea party with the doll, forgot his name. Do you think it's possible that it's not the monsters, but the Nkui children are making the tea party? Not the Nkui children themselves, that they're spirits or whatever it is? Severance is about 1.5 years away. Yeah, probably, unfortunately. Oh, bonjour, Taran Mataru. Thank you so much for coming. I'm always happy to see you here, man. Have you seen the dog in the sack? What dog in the sack? This guy, he blows my mind always. He's finding things like I have no... I'm like, I rewatched the trailer probably 50,000 times and I have no idea what you're talking about, Terran. What dog in the sack? Where am I finding dog in the sack? Tell me now and I will go looking. The crow interrupting Tilly's tarot card reading seems like an attempt to stop them getting knowledge, which seems to be more the kind of action of the evil side of From. Yeah, maybe, but once again, maybe not, because maybe this knowledge would bring them to something bad. Whatever. No, I'm not convinced here. Maybe they're bad. Most likely they're bad. But it would be interesting. Now, think about this. The talismans, they have the symbol of trees. And the symbol of trees, the way it's being drawn, it's like the sticks. How do you call them? You get what I'm saying? Like, you know, the tree, you have the straight line, and then you have like those things here. So they're drawn only from the side, which is something that is very similar to Scandinavian runes. And crows are also pretty important in Scandinavia because, you know, Odin, he was the main god there, and he always traveled with 2 crows. And when Matthew's family are seeing the trees. They are being welcomed, first of all, by two crows. And they're not evil, of course. Odin is one of the good guys. In those times, good was not that good, but still, he was, the forefather, so he was one of the good guys, apparently. So there are some, I think it would be interesting if they were actually, trying to warn people, like, I don't know, do something, escape the tree, blah, blah, blah. But most likely they're gonna be evil, even though, the poem by Edgar Allan Poe about Raven, that it's on the board in episode 1, where Toby is laying there, it didn't feel like it's about some evil raven or something like this. I'm in the still of Sophia and her dad at the fallen tree. There is something in the back seat that looks like it has a face. Could be a dog that ends up in a bag. But there is one in the RV and Boyd's car. Okay, so Taryn told me he sent me something in Discord. Okay, let me just share it with you. Okay, so I'm looking here. Oh, shit. So this is the bag. And this is here. Can I zoom in? So this is the zoomed in part, and it looked like a dog. Well, kind of looks like a dog in a bag. Huh. So you're thinking that's what they found in the bag? It was a dog, but what was holding the dog, because it's been held by something in the pool. Do you think the man in yellow killed the dogs of the boy in white? Or the dog? One dog? Well, this is the promo image. Oh, I need to definitely look that up. Well, thanks, Darren. I didn't notice this. Not even close. I kind of completely disregarded this image. I think it doesn't bring anything. That's what I'm saying. Like every time I'm thinking I'm like on the top level of from findings, Taryn comes in and tells me who's the boss. Thank you, Taryn. Thank you. It will definitely be something that I'm gonna be talking about in my video. Thank you so much. Oh shit, like the chat is... I don't think I'm gonna be able to answer everybody today. Yeah, okay, I think the crowds are possibly cool. They tend to appear as a warning. That meeting was awful. It's always jarring the voices they choose for voiceovers. Hi Everin, Pregnant Onion, hi to you too. The trailer does look amazing. I think this is the best trailer they ever had. I shared the images in Discord. I don't think I see them. Ah, yeah, I see them. Oh, it's pretty bad quality. I need to zoom in. And this is something I need to do already in quiet. Like those things I need to not be able to... I'm focusing on chat, and this is... It's a bit too much. Jade is the best. From has a cult following beyond much bigger shows. It's fascinating. Well, yeah. Hot take, Jade is slightly overrated and Jim is underrated. I'm heartbroken about Jim. I don't know whether it's me being a father, pretty young father, green, would I say this, but it's like the moment when Ethan runs towards him, it's like it breaks my heart. It's like, and the kid is acting so good in this moment. He has this face of, oh my god, Dad, I'm so heartbroken that I haven't spent so much time with you right now. And it just breaks my heart. Like, it's hard for me to watch this. I mean, the connection that I have to my son is probably something that I kind of mirror to this show and every other show that I have right now. It's like taking a father from a kid it's too much for me. Honestly, it's like I don't want to sound like I'm way too emotional about this. I can handle myself, but it's like Jim is a good guy. He's a good guy. He's actually a pretty good father, even though he did some stupid shit during those 3 seasons. He was a good father, especially to Ethan. Probably should be better to his daughter too. But you know, like, he died trying to protect his daughter. I mean, we all want to go out in a bed when we are old, but if you can find the better second place, I can't. Like, dying protecting your children is like, this is not a bad way to go. This is not the worst way to go. Anyway, yeah, Jade, I don't know if he's overrated. He's just, first of all, he's fun. He's funny as hell. And people, especially in this place, having a little bit of laugh after we watch a TV show. And he's charismatic as fuck. Let's give it up to him. He's overconfident, but he has something to back that up. Like, one of the worst qualities that somebody has in movies or anything, like, the character can be a worst human being in history. It's a genocider, whatever, killed millions of people, did some horrible shit, whatever. And people will hate this character, but we will never hate this character as somebody who is incompetent where somebody competent is needed. Think about the most hated characters ever: Joffrey in Game of Thrones, an incompetent king, because of his stupidness and because of his self-confidence that comes with this incompetence. He done so much horrible shit, but we are not only angry at the horrible shit, we are angry because he's fucking stupid and he doesn't know it. Dolores Umbridge in Harry Potter, the same. She's incompetent, she's stupid, she doesn't understand anything, but she's there to change things. Percy in the Green Mile, also, everybody there, all of the guards are competent, they know what they're doing, but he is there, the only one in a place where people are about to die for the crimes they did or didn't, in the case of, you know, the main character. So, and he is there, and his incompetence with his bravado, this is what creates this so hated character. And Jade, if he would be incompetent, he would have stayed in the same lane as he started in episode 3 when he was going like, oh no, Frank, don't go. He was annoying. Everybody didn't like him, but then he had some knowledge and some smarts to back it up. And this is why people really started to enjoy him. And he is probably the only one who is actually work in progress in here and understanding this place. So Jade is definitely not overrated, but Jim is underrated. I like Jim. He annoyed me many times, but overall, I really like this guy. Oklahoma, USA, Atlanta, California, Florida, small town Cincinnati, Wellington is like, I'm excited about United States. First of all, I know that 55% of my audience, thanks to YouTube, what's called analysis, are from the United States, which is great. I think I was talking about this last time when we gathered on Sunday. There are 2 places yet in my life that I have to visit. I want to visit everything. Like, I want to visit every country possible. Probably not going to be able to do it in my lifetime, but there are 2 countries that I have to visit and I didn't visit yet, and this is Japan and United States. After that, it's China, but China is a bit, not everywhere. But as soon as I see Wellington, New Zealand, I remember my time in New Zealand, Wellington, and it's like, hey, I've been there, and New Zealand is such a beautiful country. Another dream of mine, when I was traveling New Zealand when I was 25, which is 13 years ago. Fuck, I'm fucking old. And it was 3 weeks. I took a car from Auckland and I drove to the end of the North Island, and I took a ferry to the South Island, and I drove all the way down to Queenstown. Spent some nice time in Wellington. Actually met a girl there. Not the one that I'm marrying right now and I have a kid with, but it was still a fun time. And it's such a beautiful beautiful place. The most amazing nature I ever seen, I think. And I've seen some beautiful nature. I've been to Switzerland, I've been to Slovenia, by the way, very underrated country. If you're looking for beautiful landscapes, Slovenia is the place. You should definitely check it out. Austria, Germany, but once there is something so pure about New Zealand. Like, I've been to some cave, some deep cave that goes underground, and you just go there and there's nothing. It's a landmark. Okay, everywhere else in the world there would be something, some signs, maybe some, I don't know, just a border to protect people from falling down. Or, New Zealanders, they're so rigid in their protectiveness of their nature. It's just very, very beautiful. So it's so cool to see somebody from New Zealand here. I think it's during the day right now. I think we have 12 hours, 13 hours difference. So for me, it's midnight, 12 and 22 minutes. So New Zealand is probably, morning. By Grand Rapids, Michigan. So from means a lot to me. I think there were a lot of Michiganders on that from bus. Also, United States and Japan, there's also those two countries. Like, if I go, it's not going to be a week. And like, my dream is when Evan is going to be a little bit older and he's going to be able to remember those experiences, I want to take him like to the big travel in New Zealand, like maybe even like a month or something, maybe even more. You need a week and a half just to work on your jet lag after, completely switching the time zones. And then also United States, 2-3 months. 2-3 months, take a car and go see so many places. I mean, such a huge country. I'm dreaming right now. I need to go back to the chat. So we have Columbus, we have Providence, Kiwi Skirt, Wellington, blah, blah, blah. Okay. Chat. So many. Oh man, I'm tired. Sorry, I'm not gonna be able to answer everybody. You know what? Let me go right now. I'm not gonna answer right now in detail. I'm just gonna go through the chat and give everybody at least some attention, especially if you were answering to me something. So we have also some Georgian, which is Neighbors. I agree Jim is underrated, but I love Jade so much. I also love Jade. No More Dreams, agree. Michigan appears a lot. Krillman Cola, he was a guy who sold Spindrift Cola and made in Michigan. I think I made a video about this too. Supernatural was the best, especially the first 5 seasons are incredibly good. Then it got a little bit worse, but it's a guilty pleasure. It's a feel-good TV show. The geek, you would love David Lynch stuff like Twin Peaks. I started to watch Twin Peaks, and in the end of season 1 I was disconnected. I mean, the red room and the little guy dancing there, and like, too much for me. I think it's less connecting the dots and more, the feeling, the vibe. So it started very good, very interesting. I really liked it. And then somebody told me that season 2 is way more wacko than season 1, and I was like, I'm not ready for this shit. So meanwhile, no Twin Peaks, but it definitely a hole in my education as a YouTuber. So someday I will fill this hole. John Griffin got stuck in Newfoundland during 9/11 and researched its history from was born. I feel the undercurrent of the show is colonist versus native Canadian and Americans. Maybe. I think it can be one of the motives. I think Taran had theory about this and Beotux and everything connected to it. It's possible the torn American flag, like the history of United States, is not only all bright and beautiful. It has some dark moments, but it actually, I dare you to find a country that doesn't have black moments or dark moments in its history. There is none. Everybody has something to be proud of, and everybody has something to be ashamed of. But anyway, it's like we have the Civil War soldiers there, and they being burned, and there's the drawing of Victor, and there's like a big fire in the house. So there can be something. And since we know that, John Griffin, he wrote all the history and everything is connected, it has to be connected somehow. And I said I'm not gonna answer very deep, and I'm once again, you're droning me back to front. Service says end of 2027, beginning 2028. Yeah, probably, maybe even longer than that. Fuck. Troy, Michigan was a nearby town. Think of the cola. Rendezvous started out in MI and was sold to a company in Nova Scotia. Or do you have a theory about the dog and the sack in the collider photo? Is Gus doomed? I thought both the dogs and Kraus were on the side of good, but maybe not. Well, just right now I'm discovering about the dog. By the way, I know you put Gus in quotation marks, but just in case, I know that you know this, but just in case, Boyd was not saying Gus, he was saying something like Gush, and it just was somebody in subtitles wrote Gus. And now we're lucky if we get 10 episodes. Yeah, From is 10 episodes, and it was like, oh, incredible, 10 episodes. Okay, the original tagline involved the Midwest. They may have changed, but blah, blah, blah. Wayne, I totally think Troy, Michigan from the Avalanche. From seems like a mismatch of different horror tropes altogether. Yeah, there are a lot of different monsters there. Now we have a poltergeist also, which I think is actually Jim, his spirit. Gus is sack. Yeah, the dog is dead. I didn't like seeing the doggo. Okay, collider photo with boys, Abby and Jade looking at something people thought was Jim's hanging body. Okay, so the dog, too many people stopped at criminal cola. I looked up the last name. Okay, it's a collider promo photo. How's that a dog? Do they have a picture or something? I hope it's not a dog. I'll be so upset if the show kills a dog. Well, it's not really a dog. It's a spirit of some sort, or I don't know. It's I'll be turning off the TV show if there's a dead dog. I agree with you. You don't hurt the dog on TV. You don't hurt the dog in real life. I'm an advocate against death penalty, but I think if you hurt the dog, you should be killed. And fuck you if you don't agree with me. I'm kidding, of course, not fuck you, but you know what I'm saying. Like, dogs are untouchable. Don't touch a dog. I don't think it's Jim's head in a bag. Eventually I didn't think because we are seeing that when Tabitha is opening the barn, she's starting to cry and wail there, so probably she's seen Jim's body. Yeah, Geekademt shared the image. Yes, I did. I've always thought there were maybe two dogs. There are definitely two dogs. We've seen them, unless they just, like the creators didn't give a fuck and they were like, okay, so we have two dogs and they play one dog and they don't look like each other, but Is the Georgia pollen getting to you? I have no idea what is pollen, but whatever it is, nothing gets to me so far. Only the cold, but most of the time I'm at home and home is warm, so I don't mind that too much. Fathers are the backbone and Jim is the man, a good guy. Now, I really enjoy. I remember when I started to watch From the first time. I was really skeptic. I knew it's gonna be low budget TV show with actors that I don't know. And as soon as the Boyd started to slap Frank around and he screamed at him, "Father protects his family," I was like, okay, we're watching something new for Hollywood. Usually it's like a father is there to cook a meal or something like this. It's embarrassing for you to be a man in a family. No, don't get me wrong, I don't advocate for a man is a man and a woman is a woman, but it's refreshing to see that being a father, it's not just there to be supportive. You're there to protect your family. This is the most important job of a father, and it was like, okay, yeah, I like those writers. I like everybody who wrote that line. So yeah, and Jim was definitely from that point of view, he was definitely a very good father. He felt a lot really lost that he couldn't protect his family. This was what was killing him mostly. Okay, so yeah, Jade has a lot of confidence, and that's why we love him. And Jade was a very unsupportive husband. Didn't like the dynamic of him and Tabby. He was supportive and unsupportive. He was supportive at something, he was unsupportive at something. Don't forget, they were divorcing already. It's not like they were in a perfect marriage. I was very sad about that. Well, I'm sad about that too. If this is really a dog and it looks like it's one, so yeah, it's pretty upsetting. Oh, yes, Geek, I'm with you. Agree, Geekademt. It makes sense. The man in yellow would attack the animal who held Boyd and the boy in white. I don't want to see it, but the dog's been in unalive. I wish I knew what episode is gonna have the dead dog. I have to skip. Okay, it looks like we're gonna have a dead dog. I'm gonna hope it's not gonna happen. Well, it's kind of weird because this is not something that happened before, right? The boy in white and dog were alive the last time there was a massacre. So why would he kill a dog now? And also, why would that dog be a body? The dog is been alive for 40 years. Okay, so it's not a dog. There are no dogs that can be alive for 40 years. So it's supposed to be a spirit of some sort. Now, if you kill the boy in white, what is going to be, just a body laying there? Like it's like I need some explanations. Yeah, definitely gave me something to think about, and probably it's gonna make my video be released. I hope it's gonna be tomorrow. By the way, the last thing I'm gonna ask you right now, and I'm gonna finish the live stream. I have this video here that it's been ready for almost a week already. See this video from Bates, New York, suitcase and Timothy Leary. This is a short video. It's like 7 minutes. I'm planning to do those kind of like short videos, beats before season 4, like some ideas. It's not a theory. It's not, I'm explaining everything. And I was planning to release this video already after the trailer analysis, because this is what people are expecting right now from me. And I'm working on it, obviously. But then again, like there are 50 people that watching right now my live stream. So if you all have like 7-8 minutes and you're if I'm gonna finish the live stream and publish this one, and you're gonna go and watch it, and you wanna watch it, not because I asked you to, but you really wanna watch it, then tell me in the chat, yeah, release it right now. If not, tell me release it after the trailer analysis. Whatever feels right to you. So let me know. I'm not sharing the screen with you. Fuck. I'm stupid. So yeah, this is the video. This is how it looks. This is like the from bits. It's about Martin, that he is actually from, if I remember, Maryland, whatever. Let me see. You see, I forgot myself. I have here.
Have to finish? Well, it's not.
I have here, yeah, Millbrook. He's from Millbrook, and how it's connected to Hitchcock Estate in Timothy Leary and the whole, things. So yeah, I think give it to us. Yes, 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 I'll watch your video. So yeah, I think it's gonna be a good ending to the live stream. I'm gonna finish the live stream. I'm gonna wish you all good night, good day, good whatever, evening, whatever it is, since you're all watching from so many different places over the world, probably different times everywhere. And I'm gonna publish this video and hopefully you will enjoy it. Now thanks everybody, and live streaming, I'm gonna see you next Sunday, but there is absolutely no way in hell, unless there's gonna be an asteroid or an alien invasion, that I'm not gonna be releasing a trailer analysis this week. I will do whatever I can to release it tomorrow, but if it's gonna take more time, then the day after tomorrow is the last, the latest deadline. And hopefully until April 19th, I'm gonna be spoiling you with a lot of videos. So take care everyone. Thank you so much for coming in. I know it's because of Rome, but I'm still happy to see. Last time there was like 20 something people. Today we hit like 50 people live streaming, which is fun, which is cool, and live chat is more active, and it's